Let me tell you something about success. Everyone wants it, but not everyone achieves it. Why? Because success isn't about luck, it isn't about talent, and it certainly isn't about waiting for the perfect time or opportunity. Success boils down to one word: self-discipline. Now, what is self-discipline? The official definition is simple. It's the ability to control your feelings and overcome your weaknesses. But let's go deeper. Self-discipline is the bridge between your goals and your achievements. It's the magic ingredient that separates dreamers from doers, the wannabes from the will-bes, and the quitters from the conquerors. But here's the harsh truth. Most people don't exercise their self-discipline muscle. They coast through life, letting their emotions, impulses, and laziness dictate their actions. They go with the flow, avoiding discomfort, and then have the audacity to wonder why they aren't getting ahead. Let me ask you, do you want to be like that? Or are you ready to become the person you were destined to be? The price of complaints. Let's get something straight. Complaining about your lack of progress will get you nowhere. Whining about how life isn't fair will only keep you stuck. Every minute you spend complaining is a minute you could have spent grinding, learning, growing. If you want success, stop making excuses. Own your failures. Take responsibility for your lack of progress. Let's have a real conversation. When was the last time you sat down and asked yourself, am I truly giving my best effort? Am I putting in the work when no one's watching? Am I holding myself accountable? If your answer is no, then we've just identified the problem. The truth about change. You see, change doesn't happen by accident. It doesn't happen because you feel motivated. Change happens when you make a decision to push past the temptations, distractions, and laziness that hold you back. Change happens when you decide to sacrifice short-term pleasure for long-term success. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it's uncomfortable. But do you know what's even harder? Waking up one day and realizing you wasted years of your life because you couldn't control your impulses. That's the pain of regret. And trust me, it's far worse than the temporary discomfort of self-discipline. The power of thought mastery. It all starts in your mind. If you can't control your thoughts, you can't control your actions. Every time you think, I can't do this, you're training your brain to believe it. But every time you say, I will do this no matter what, you're rewriting your narrative. Self-discipline begins with this mastery of thought. Think about the champions, the CEOs, the leaders who inspire us. They're not superhuman. They're just people who refused to let their excuses win. They mastered their minds and used that mastery to fuel their actions. Sacrifice, the cost of greatness. Listen to me. Success comes at a cost. Are you willing to pay it? It might mean saying no to Netflix so you can study for that exam. It might mean waking up at 5 a.m. to hit the gym while the world is still asleep. It might mean turning down a night out with friends because you're busy working on your side hustle. Sacrifice isn't easy, but it's necessary. And here's the beautiful part. The sacrifices you make today will pay off tomorrow. A plan for discipline. Self-discipline doesn't happen overnight. It's built one decision at a time. So let's break it down. Start small. Don't overwhelm yourself with massive goals. Begin with manageable tasks, like working out for 10 minutes or reading one chapter of a book. Small wins create momentum. Create a routine. Discipline thrives on structure. Set a schedule and stick to it. Make your habits automatic. Get uncomfortable. Growth doesn't happen in your comfort zone. Push yourself to do the things you don't feel like doing, because that's where transformation happens. Track your progress. Keep a journal or checklist to measure your achievements. Seeing your growth will motivate you to keep going. Hold yourself accountable. No one else is responsible for your success but you. Take ownership of your actions, your habits, and your results. The reward of self-discipline. Self-discipline isn't just about achieving goals. It's about transforming into the best version of yourself. It's about waking up every day with pride, knowing you're in control of your life. And guess what? That feeling is addictive. The more disciplined you become, the more unstoppable you'll feel. Remember Zig Ziglar's words. When you do the things you ought to do, when you ought to do them, the day will come when you can do the things you want to do, when you want to do them. Discipline now, freedom later. Overcoming challenges. Let's be real. There will be days when you don't feel like it. Days when you're tired, frustrated, or overwhelmed. But here's the trick. Do it anyway. Start small. Tell yourself, I'll just work for 5 minutes. Once you get started, you'll find the energy to keep going. And when you're done, the pride you feel will be worth it. The choice is yours. At the end of the day, it comes down to this. You have 2 options. Suffer the pain of self-discipline. Suffer the pain of regret. Which pain will you choose? Will you be the person who looks back with pride, or the person who looks back with regret? Closing inspiration. Great leaders have self-discipline. Great entrepreneurs have self-discipline. Great athletes have self-discipline. And now, so do you. Because starting today, you are no longer a victim of your impulses. You are no longer a slave to excuses. You are now a champion of discipline. As Kobe Bryant once said, I don't understand lazy people. We don't speak the same language. Starting today, you are part of a new club, the club of winners, doers, and achievers. You are now unstoppable. And always remember, all success starts with self-discipline. Now go out there, take control of your life, and make it happen. If you like the video, subscribe, share, and click that bell button. Because your journey to success starts here, and we're in it together.